Yeah, good evening everyone. Welcome to the class of Cyber Physical System. I think we are going to wait for a minute or two while others are going to join. I think we are going to wait for 2-3 minutes and then actually we're going to start. So actually while others are joining, as we are meeting after a very long time, right? The situation was not in the favor, so actually it was difficult to conduct the class. Still, I can say that it is not a fully functional way. So just let me remind what we have discussed so far. Uh, I will take an opportunity while others are joining, so utilize that time of 2-3 minutes. We started to have a discussion about the cyber physical system, what is cyber physical system, and we mostly try to transform them into the not say cyber physical system, but I should say cyber manufacturing system. And we discussed that what are the key components required to develop the cyber manufacturing system. And then we transform our focus into the development of a typical cyber manufacturing system, in which the key concept is to acquire the data from the any particular manufacturing system. So in that we started with the one of the most common parameter that most of the manufacturing industries are collecting, and that parameter is temperature. So we have considered the different form of the temperature, uh, different range of the temperature, and based on that we are having a different sensor. So into the cyber manufacturing system, the sensor, data acquisition system, and then this data will be streamed to the server. And we have discussed that how to stream the data to the server, or how to utilize, or how to see, sorry, to how to visualize the data in your own system using the serial monitor way. So in that actually we have considered the different microcontroller and the different temperature sensor, in which we have started with the DHT11 plus Arduino. In more general, we have used the ESP32, in which we have seen the demonstration that how the DHT11 can be connected with the ESP32, and data will be visualized through serial monitor and cloud. So in cloud, we have utilized the ThingSpeak platform. So then we have discussed the K-type thermocouple for a particular higher range of the temperature. Then we have also learned that how to utilize or how to combine the two sensors together and connect with the DHT11. Right? So these are the few case studies we have seen so far. First one, temperature, humidity with the serial monitor, case 2, DHT11, temperature, humidity with the Wi-Fi, and then K-type thermocouple with serial monitor, K-type thermocouple with Wi-Fi. And then we have also seen how to combine the DHT11 with K-type thermocouple. So two sensors in one board. So now today we'll also have a similar kind of demonstration, but we are going to see the case 5 and case 6, in which we are going to discuss the case 5. Typo error is there. There is a RTD sensor, which is specifically a different form of the sensor. The earlier two sensors, DHT11 and K-type thermocouple, are basically voltage based sensor. So just the difference into the temperature has been transformed into the difference of voltage, and then it will be converted into the digitized way. That was the basic principle of that sensor. But here the RTD sensors are different kind of sensors, in which mostly the difference into the resistance will be taken into the consideration, and then the temperature is measured. So although it does require a different capability in terms of handling the RTD sensors, uh, so we'll understand that how to combine the RTD sensors with ESP32. We'll see that demonstration, and then we'll also see how to combine DHT11, K-type thermocouple, and RTD, all three together in a one board. So that we can say that, okay, once you learn to connect the at least three sensors together into the ESP, that is enough, and then easily you can learn how to connect more number of sensors, as there are more number of pins are available. But although the limitation of this board is that you don't have any inbuilt storage, very large storage, and the processing power. So as you are going to connect the more number of sensors into it, it does not perform very well. That is the limitation. So we'll overcome that, and we are going to change the board, especially say microcontroller board, in place of ESP32 or Arduino. We will change it to the Raspberry Pi, which is having a somewhat higher capability. So if time permits, out of the first demonstration, in which we will see the only RTD sensor with ESP32, then in ESP32, DHT11, K-type thermocouple, and RTD. So three sensors combined into the one board. And if then time permits, we'll discuss the first case study, because it is on entirely different board altogether. So that we will discuss about the Raspberry Pi plus DHT11 to measure the temperature and humidity. But here the microcontroller will be different. So it does have a slightly upper age in comparison with the Arduino in terms of processing power, in terms of inbuilt storage, and to provide the better capability in terms of transferring the data from board to the either serial port or maybe say into the Wi-Fi, right? So same way we will have a performance kind of thing, demonstration of that. And again today I am having one of my associate with me, Mr. Mahek. So he will perform the demonstration through the camera mode or say visualization. So I think Mahek has already joined the meeting. Let me check. Yeah, Mahek, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
I'll just start.
Yeah. So you should I stop sharing or what? Yeah, I think I should stop the sharing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Are you able
Is
to
it
share?
visible to all?
Your voice
Sir,
is
my camera is
your camera is there,
okay.
but your
Let me.
voice is not. Uh, your voice is still breaking, right? It is not louder. So
Okay. Okay. I'll do that.
I'll do that.
Let me just give me
Let
a
me
second.
just give me a second. Yeah, I think it is visible from the my side. If anyone is not able to visualize in the camera mode, so please drop a message to the chat box. Right.
It's visible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So now, Mahek, actually you can first demonstrate only RTD with ESP32, right? And then show how it will work onto the ThinkSpeak and all. And then the second demo, we will be having a combination of RTD, K-type, and DHT11, all three. And then if time permits, we'll be having a demonstration with DHT11 and Raspberry Pi, right?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. So,
Okay.
uh, hello everyone. Um, First of all, we'll start from showcasing. First, this one is our uh, microcontroller ESP32, on which will perform all the tasks, that all the data acquisition tasks. There is also this breadboard which can connect this different type of sensor without soldering them, and this jumper wire will connect the sensor with the breadboard, as we have seen in the previous sessions. So I'm just going through all these details because we haven't been in touch with since a month or so. So first of all, this type of sensors are called RTD sensors. The range of these sensors are depending on various companies, and typically the range of the sensor is from -50 to 400 degrees Celsius, as major industries are not going for a -degree Celsius temperature. Typically general companies, majority of the company manufacture it from 0 to 400 degrees Celsius. And for the data capturing part will require this type of MAX modules chip. We have used MAX 6675 to capture the data of K-type thermocouple, and will use a MAX 31865 module for the capturing of the data for the RTD. Also, this RTD comes in different type of. See, I have this three type of 3-wire system. Also, it comes with 2-wire system and 4-wire. So RTD have three types: 2-wire, 3-wire, 4-wire. We have 3-wire RTD with us, and I will showcase the demo for that also. Now we'll have to do just some coding. Okay. So whenever we just download this max31865.h from the GitHub or library manager, you can download this library called max31865. It is very easily available. If you can just click on manage library, and then you will be able to actually present it. Okay, the dialog box got open. Is this dialog box open or not to all? Yeah. So just type max 31865. And the first library will be there for you, and just you have to download it. I have already installed it, so there is no requirement from my side. You can just download it, then just open file example, scroll it down, and you will have to just go to my max 31865 library and open it. From there you can just change according to your own. We have two kinds of changes to do in this particular library. First, the pins that we have to connect with. I have defined my pins over here. Also, as I have told you that it also comes with 2-wire and 4-wire system. We can connect it with 2-wire or 3-wire or anything as such. There is no one. There is no particularly recommended for any of changes for this wire, because this Max 3165 chip does have this calibration system where it can connect directly with any type of wire without you will have to tell to the Max chip. So I have just defined my pins over here. I will connect CS pin with number 4 pin of ESP32, DI0, DO2, CLK15. Also, they have written over there that you will have to connect with this type of pins. Okay. First, I will showcase in just for the serial part. I'll upload the code. Okay. While the code is uploading, we'll start the circuit program. First, I'll put the breadboard and then this Max chip. Using yellow wire for the V in, green for the ground, blue for the CLK, gray for DO, sorry, purple for DO, and gray for the DI, and white for the CS. Connect the ESP32. This one will, green one will go to, sorry, I have green to the ground, yellow will go to VCC, CLK will go to pin number 415, purple will go to pin number 2, DI will go to 0, let me just check that wiring is correct or not. We'll just connect. Okay, so as you can see, the data of this RTD is coming and the current temperature is around 33.49, 46. So the wiring is perfect. There is some over there, sorry. So we'll send this data to our ThinkSpeak, and for that we'll create one of the channel. So I have these channels previously available with me. I will just connect two new channels right now for RTD and RTD MEG 6675 and DHT11. Okay. I'll have to add one of the channels as there is a restriction that we cannot just create any new channels above 4. So I'll add uh, two new two new fields to this humidity and temperature monitoring. Temperature K type, temperature, and I have this channel over here. I will create two new widgets so that we can just see data. Okay, perfect. And that will be field 4. So we have these channels available with us. I'm using those channels only. I'm not creating anything new. I have my API key with me. I will use this API key for uh, for the combination of RTD, MEG 6675 and other part. For the temperature monitoring, I'll use this channel because I have created it for K-type thermocouple, and we'll use this channel with with K-type thermocouple. Okay. First of all, I will just remove all the unnecessary items from here. I will add Wi-Fi.h. all the all the credentials. Just add this one. Here we'll have to declare a variable called t. T will be this thermo.temperature. Okay. And we'll upload. Okay. Load. Okay. Uh, there was this mistake of Wi-Fi.client which was not earlier mentioned, and there was this error that I haven't declared any client over there. So this got uploaded. I think I should receive it. And I'm receiving data. As you can see, I'm receiving this data less than a minute ago. The last entry is less than a minute ago, and this data is in float, so it's sorry, in integer, so it is showing 34 over there. So basically this circuit is working, and we have successfully sent this temperature data to our server. So now we'll start combining all this equation, all this sensor with one circuit. So first we'll start from DHT, then MEC 6675, and then RTD. So what I'll do is, we have this, we have compiled this code successfully. So I will just try to make changes in this max 31865 code only. I'll open dht.tester that we get in example section in Arduino. I'll just copy the required part from over there and paste it in our section. So basically, we have defined that we want this dht.h file. We are using pin number 27. Then we are using DHT type 11, because there are also another type of sensor such as DHT21, DHT22. So we have defined that also. I will put DHT begin in DHT set in the setup section. Then simply I will have to define all the data below this Wi-Fi code before we send it. So I will put it over there. Small h and small t. Small h is a read from humidity, DHT11 section, and small t is from temperature. Okay, so we have basically defined h and t. And then we'll have to start from over the first second. I will have to check first section is humidity or temperature. The first one is a humidity. So I will define field 1 as small h, field 2 over here, which will be small t, field 3 will be temperature from max 6675. I will put it in a hierarchy. So I will just create a T2 over there to define RTD temperature. This will be field 4 T2. Okay. So basically I have defined all these parameter and max 6675 library is remaining. So I will open from file, example, max 6675 library and serial thermocouple. I'll put it below DHT. There is no need to define any setup section, just in a loop. Okay. So this thermocouple will be our T2. So I will define it, load, sorry, T1 equals to thermocouple dot read Celsius. And then we'll have to define it over there also. This will be T1, this will be T2. Also we are changing the API key, so I will have to put that API key over there. Okay. I think everything looks fine. Okay, this looks fine. So we'll just try to upload it. Okay, DHT was not declared in this scope. Okay, so we haven't declared this DHT function that combines So I have defined that also. I think it should work. Then we'll define. First we define this DHT and then thermocouple. There should some missing comma. I will have to find that. Okay, so bracket isn't completed. Okay, now it's complete. It's, it's getting uploaded. So we'll start the circuit part. I'll stop sharing my screen and so that you can just see the screen or the camera over there. This DHT and then make 6675. Now I'm going to use this voltage and power circuit over this horizontal strip. I will use first one for the voltage and I will use this part. First one for the voltage and the second one for the ground. I have used this green pin for DO, blue pin for CS, and purple pin for the CL cam. This gray pin will go to this voltage line, and the white one will go to the ground part. Same as that. So black one is the ground, the red one will be the red one will be voltage. I will connect this data pin to pin number 27. The CL cap pin is pin number 12. So I will connect it. The green pin is pin number 13. I will first connect pin number 13. Then the purple pin will go to pin number 12. And then I'll just check if the data is coming or not. Let me just reconnect it. Also, we'll have to connect this voltage line with full voltage. I'm using red for red voltage and brown for this brown part. I will reconnect it. There is some error, so I think there should be some missing part. Okay, so I'm receiving the data for RTD, I'm receiving the value for humidity. There was error for K-type. Still the error persists. As you can see, we are receiving the data from RTD, which was perfectly fine for us. I'm checking on ThinkSpeak how many data are coming. I think I have. Okay, so the data is perfectly fine. Also, there was this error from the wiring. I have connected in the reverse order previously, so I will just refresh it. I don't know, but ThinkSpeak is not working right now. I'm trying to reconnect it. Data on our serial part is coming perfectly. Yes. Reconnect it for the BPM may not be available. Okay, so we are receiving the data. It's perfectly fine. You may be able to see from your ThinkView. If you have, I will just show you. So we are receiving this data perfectly fine. The last entry was less than a minute ago, and as you can see, the first two fields are from the current humidity is 54, the temperature is 34.60. The DHT sensor is sensing that. The third one, temperature 1, is from K-type thermocouple. As you can see, this K-type thermocouple has a bigger range. So with the bigger range, it comes a tolerance range. Generally, any sensor has a 1 or 2% of tolerance range. So if the range is much bigger, then the tolerance will be much bigger. We can see a temperature 1 has a fluctuation in a bigger range, whereas this temperature 2, which is from RTD, which has smaller range of 0 to 400 degrees 0 to 400 degrees Celsius, compared to the K-type thermocouple, is pretty accurate, whereas this DHT has very small range, 0 to 50 degrees Celsius, so that we can assure that DHT should be a nearby, whereas RTD will be something of in a bigger range, whereas this K-type thermocouple will have a more fluctuation. If anybody wants to see in their phone as well, you can just enter this API key in your phone, and you will be able to see all this data in your ThingView application installed in Android or iOS.
All three combine has been done, right, Mahek?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
DHT driven,
It is showing in.
Yeah.
It is showing in also ThingView.
Actually, as you have added into the same ID, na? So what
Yes,
was
sir.
that?
That
Channel
will be humidity and first one, humidity and temperature monitoring.
So it is a 1361915, right? Or not? What is the channel ID? Can you go?
1340973.
Okay.
In the last, there will be
Right.
9973.
Okay. So in that, all the temperature and three type of temperature and humidity.
One humidity.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So I think we should end the session over here, and actually it is almost onto the time. So I will keep it the Raspberry Pi for the other session, right? In a similar way, the Raspberry Pi plus DHT11 plus K-type thermocouple and RTD. So then probably it will have another one and a half session on that, right? So any kind of confusion, any type of questions? I think most of you are having Mahek's numbers also, and you can also float the question into our group, right? If you are having any confusion in that, right? So thank you, Mahek, for conducting the good demo. I think we are going to stop here, right? Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you everyone for attending the session. Bye bye and take care. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.